Bite. Bryce says, are we live right now? Brian says, man, I think we are. Bryce says, why's your screen still frozen? Brian says, that's just how I look on camera. Sound check late, Wi-Fi stressed, countdown rolling, no regrets. Bryce says, trust the thumbnail. Brian says, I look surprised. Bryce says it tested really well. Brian just rolls his eyes. This is live in motion. We don't fake perfection. Still moving forward through every disconnection. This is live in motion. Laughing through the noise. The Parkinson's podcast with Brian and Bryce. Says, what's the topic today? Bryce says, Parkinson's and life. Brian says, that feels a little broad. Bryce says, yeah, but we'll get it right. If it breaks, we make it content. If it works, we say we meant it. This is life in motion. Still here, still moving. Parkinson's podcast. Yeah, we're doing this. 4, 2, 3, 4. This is life in motion.
Welcome to the broadcast, everybody. Happy New Year to everyone out. Hey, Happy New Year to you. I'm Bryce, by the way. And Brian, Happy New Year, my man. How are you doing?
Doing great. Happy New Year to you as well. And to everybody that's joined us so far, a special Happy New Year to all of you.
Absolutely. And this is Life in Motion, the Parkinson podcast.
Yeah, thanks for being here with us today. We're excited. First show of 2026. I'm excited to get started. I don't know about you, Bryce.
Oh my gosh, Brian, 2026. I can't even believe it's 2026. I'm still stuck in
It doesn't roll, does it?
I'm trying to catch up. Yeah, I know, right? Like 2026. Well, you know what? It's amazing. We're here. We made it another year. Everybody who's with us. Welcome to everybody who's watching us live in the comments, and they're shouting out where they're from and all around, around everywhere. But anyway, before we go anywhere today, I just want to acknowledge something. A lot of people watching this are not new to Parkinson's.
That's right. Absolutely.
This isn't their first year.
Nope.
No.
For some, there's their fifth, their 10th. Like they've got status, so to speak. Right.
Like we got this. A lot of people here. It's like the vet club here sometimes. Like we're the veterans.
Exactly.
And when you're new, Parkinson's is loud. That's what I don't know how to describe it, but when you're new, Parkinson's is loud. Like it's scary and it demands attention. But when you've been living it for a long time, and both of us are fairly in that veteran, right? Brian?
Yeah, for sure. I find it gets quieter, but I think part of that is due to the fact that I know more, so I can silence some of my own, and some of it gets silenced for me. It's kind of a balance, right?
Exactly. It's like quieter, but almost maybe heavier sometimes. Like when, like when we said today's topic was going to be like when Parkinson's doesn't let up.
Mm-hmm.
I think people know exactly what that means. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. Nobody had to ask for sure.
Yeah. Like it's not about a bad day all the time. Like we've all had bad days.
Yep.
But
it's also about the stretch of time where there's no good breaks. So you kind of get in that passing lane and you're stuck, you're not allowed to merge back over. But that's my exit. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Totally. Like no reset, no clear line between on
Yeah.
and off, no moment where you say, okay, I'm back.
Yeah, and it just keeps showing up. Like I didn't invite this to my life.
Well, that you're right, and that's the part that messes with our head. That's that thing that just drives us bananas.
And that's where my mental fatigue really starts to come into view. Is
Mm-hmm.
battling that demon, so to speak, on a
There,
daily
you're touching
basis,
on
right?
that. You talk more about that, Brian. That you're hitting something there.
Well, you could be working away or playing away or whatever it might be. It doesn't care. Parkinson's will just come in, just like it's poking you, right? It's like it's promoting or instigating. It wants to fight, right? And
Exactly.
I didn't fight when I was healthy. I'm not going to fight now, but I'll fight the disease to the best of my ability. But I'm not going to start wrestling alligators again. That's
Yeah,
just one sided.
well, that's and it's true. Like, early on, I thought I could push through, right? Like, I always thought like I could push through because I think in the
Yeah.
back of my mind, early on, I always thought, and I don't know, call it naive, I don't know, call it whatever you want to call it, but I always thought I think deep down I always thought it was temporary. Like I'll push through it. It's
Yeah.
temporary. I'll get to the other side, right? Because that's where
Right.
we're used to that. Like we're used to like, hey, I've got a headache, I'll push through this headache because eventually it's going to go away, right? Or whatever it might be doing. And now though, now it's like we have to doing this mental math all day long because I come to the reality that it's not, it's like energy math, like trying to figure out where my energy is.
Exactly. And you start to play games with yourself, right? Because
Hmm.
what happens is, if I do this, will I be able to do that later? Or, if I say yes here, well, what about
Hmm.
after lunch? Am I going to have the wherewithal and so forth,
Oh,
right?
you nailed it, Brian. That you've nailed it. That's exactly my point. You totally nailed it. Like I said, I could go shovel the
Right.
driveway today.
Great example.
And I could push through it. I could get it done. But
Hmm.
you know what? Probably in about 2 or 3 hours from now, I'm going to be sore. I'm going to be in pain. I'm going to be lying down. I'm going to be asleep. I'm going to be
Exactly.
exhausted. My back's going to hurt, and 2 days will take me to recover.
I,
It's
I
just
couldn't,
crazy.
I couldn't agree more. It's, it's a struggle. Like,
Yeah,
because it's mental. It's not physical. Right?
totally,
And now
totally.
I'm kind of debating myself every day. A one-sided
It's
debate, me against myself, and how do
yeah.
I win? Right?
Exactly. And it's not just so there, like you just said. So you're debating yourself, right? So it's not just the decision anymore now,
Yeah,
right? Now it's the calculation behind the decision. Because everything I look at with like rose colored, I'm like, okay, it's like I could do it, but now I have to calculate what it's going to cost me, you know
absolutely.
and that's such a long timer thing. Like that's for like, and I guess what I'm saying, I guess someone who's here or listening today or watching today
Yeah,
going like, hey, I just got diagnosed, going like, well, thanks for the sunny skies and unicorns and rainbows today, guys. Like that's awesome. But but that is something that the long timers, that it took me a while to figure that out, because in the beginning it was
same.
just, I just would push through it and not think about it. It's wild.
I had my daily routine back then, and I stuck to it because I wasn't being inundated by this disease as much as you grow into that, unfortunately. And
Oh yeah.
I say there's nothing you can do about it. There is. We all know physical fitness is one of the key things
Yeah.
to slowing down the progression, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
why, for
for
me
sure.
personally, I'm not a big New Year's resolution guy, but I'm going to use the
Me neither.
opportunity of that umbrella to kick the snot out of my exercise regime that I've been lollygagging with since I moved into this house. And quite
Well,
frankly, I'm
there you
done.
go.
I'm
You might
done.
as well. You're done. Oh, you're done with the house.
No, I'm done with not exercising. I'm doing her.
Attaboy.
And I'm
It's
telling
funny.
as many people as I can because that holds me accountable.
Be
And
accountable. Okay,
everybody on
so
this
you
call,
heard it here. You heard it here live on Life in
yep,
Motion, the Parkinson podcast. You heard Brian, the expert generalist. You heard him say he wants to be held accountable. So feel free next Sunday when we're live again. You come and say, Brian, how was your exercise this week? In the comments, you say, Brian, how'd you make
please.
out? But you need to see, Brian. Here's the thing. I think that I we all know. Okay, let's just chomp this. Let's just chomp this one. Let's wrestle this alligator right now.
Yep,
And Brian loves when I say that, because Brian's like, well, okay, where the hell are we going to go now? Because that means when I say stuff like that, means like we're going way off script here. But
that's all right.
let's wrestle this alligator, because this is so. I think it's so important. So
Yep.
important. And that's kind of where if you saw the thumbnail for today, like that was like, did you like you got run over by a car? Like, like it was just like, but that and because it's sort of like before we know it, right? Like we're eh, there's so much of this. It's so easy. Let's back up. It is so easy to get out of exercise. It's so easy to not do the things that we know we ought to do, isn't it?
Exactly. Well, the first thing, let's pretend I have a coach that I'm working with, or it could even be my caregiver. But they could quite easily say, "So, is it time you have a challenge with Brian with not getting the exercise done?" And I'd go, "No, not really. I'm retired and I make my own schedule. So I'm just taking the morning and I'm going at her."
Yeah, exactly. And so there's the thing. We you're right. We do have the time. Like let's look at this comment here. This is from Lou from Ohio. Doing
Okay.
mental math right now. Walk the dog, which causes back and knee pain, or go swim at the YMCA, which helps my back and knee pain. Solution: send spouse to walk the dog, and I go to the YMCA. Lucky spouse, right?
No, but that's smart.
But
All
it's
joking
smart.
aside, that is so clever, right?
It's 100%. But see how we said that. Now, this is the life with Parkinson's. Okay, you can't just
It's
make that.
true.
You're balancing those decisions. You have to calculate. Well, count the cost. They say count the cost, count the cost, count the cost. But the problem, though, where
Right.
is that line we draw? We have to be very disciplined with ourselves, because where is that line we draw when we're counting the cost to say, all right, Brian, I'm just going to be you now. This is
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
me being, this is me being you.
Yep.
I know I said on the podcast Sunday I got to exercise, and I know I got to like. Okay, you know what though? But man, I'm kind of feeling a little stiff today, or I'm feeling a little off, and if I exercise, it's going to get it worse. And so, you know what I mean? Like you can count the cost and talk yourself out of it because you think you're doing something good for yourself.
Yeah,
You know
I'm
what I
just
mean?
gonna I'm tossing that guy out. He hung around all of 2025. So yeah, here's the deal. I've had heart disease, or I have heart disease, which you have it. So I'm
Yeah,
still dealing with that. I'm
yeah.
going in for hip replacement surgery this year if everything goes right. So by this time next year, I should have two new hips.
Oh shit,
I have
you'd be like Iron Man or something.
I
You'd be
have I
like,
have chronic back pain in my lower back because I've
yeah.
got degenerative disc disease. You know, that in itself. Oh, and I've got Parkinson's. So I could
Oh yeah,
like
and yeah, yeah,
like I could easily do that example that you just said, do it
yeah,
every day, and I wouldn't look like a winner. I would look like that's okay because he's suffering all these other things. Well, you
yeah.
know what? There is going to be some pain. I'm in pain anyways. Might as well be in healthy pain. That's where
Oh,
I'm
it's
going.
so funny you said that. So I'll tell you the story. And so this first time this ever happened to me, but so back to your point. I'm the same as you, Brian. I hate exercise. I mean,
Totally.
I flippin' hate it. I mean, I am just hate it. There's nothing in me that wants to go run a mile. I
Right.
can't stand it. So, I talked about this before, but I got this bike and blah blah blah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and I got this recumbent bike. So for Christmas, Carmen got me this virtual reality, this thing, a virtual
Oh, nice.
meta
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So now I get on my bike down in the basement. I put on these goggles,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
And now I'm like riding anywhere I want in the world. I was like riding through San Francisco. I was
Awesome.
chasing people. It's so cool. Like it's so cool. And I mean, I literally started doing this whole workout, which I didn't even realize I was doing because I was just kind of, oh, that's neat. And I'm just kind of playing this game kind of
Yep.
thing. And I worked out. And so I started doing that. And I'm like, this is great. Okay. This is great.
Yep.
So, so the night before last, I woke up and my arm was behind me like this. I
Okay.
can't even stretch that far, but it was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
this behind me. And have you ever had that frozen shoulder? Like it
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
stuck, but it was
Ouch.
stuck so hard that I couldn't move it. Okay, I couldn't move it. And if like Carmen tried to like it hurt. It couldn't move. Like I literally couldn't move. So I'm lying there with my arm up in the air, and I'm like, Carmen, please get me my pills. Give me my pills. First pill in the morning because
Yeah.
I'm stuck anyway. and I had to wait it out for like 24 minutes. And I'm like
Wow.
basically counting down the. I'm like, I know in my head, okay, 20 minutes. Give me a 20-minute. Like I broke the pills in half. I drank it with some fizzy water, right? Just like
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
get going, get these meds going, because I got to get it out. I got to get it enough to move because I couldn't even stretch it out. Like I was just dead.
Wow.
And then Carmen's like, well, I don't know what to do for you. And I said, there's nothing you can do. You can just sit there. And then I finally got enough to. I'm like, oh, I got it out. And I'm like literally like pulling it down. I like pulled it down and it was hurt. It hurt so bad. Like it literally hurt so bad.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh my gosh, I hate seeing you in pain." I'm like, it's pain. I'm in pain every day. Like this is this
Exactly.
like don't kid yourself, you know. And so I think, and she was like, get it, but that's when what would you say? That's when blah 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 blah. When I know when you're actually comment about it, like when I'm actually like yelling, I guess, in pain, she knows, like, she's like, then I know it's really, really painful because I know you tolerate enough all day long. But that was one of the craziest things. So now the first thing my brain said to me, that damn bike, that damn bike. And I realized that all of a sudden my brain is now trying to talk myself out of getting on that bike again. Because I was enjoying it. I was getting there. I'm like, hey, I can't wait I'm going to ride around London today. I can actually,
That's
Brian, I can
cool.
put your postal code in and I can ride by your house.
That is cool.
It's like takes Google's Maps and I can just I can ride right by your home. I can see where your pickleball stadium's going to be. I can do the whole thing. And I could do all that. So, but it was that little voice. It was there for a reason, trying to talk me out of it. And I'm like, you son of a gun, you're not going to do this to me. I am not going to do this. And because I know that if I just push on a little bit further, it's probably like that because I haven't moved the shoulder that way in 20 years.
Probably.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, look at this. Look at this, though, Brian.
What's going on?
Can you read that comment?
It wasn't just.
It wasn't just using the bike. It was also the other games that you were playing. Okay,
Does somebody know you?
No, that was Carmen.
Oh,
That
that's
was my
Carmen.
no, yeah,
Okay.
Carmen, yeah, the Carmen Perry, by the way, the Carmen Perry. Said it wasn't just the
I
using
love
the
it.
bike; it was the other. So now I can't even catch a break here. I'm going to get thrown under the bus here. So okay, so yes, I will say there was this like drumming game where you drum like a rock star,
Yeah, yeah.
and I think maybe that kind of hurt my shoulder a little bit too. But regardless, the
You
bottom
think?
line is the bottom line is it was all on purpose. Like in my head, it was a good perfect opportunity for me to say, "Eesh, I better not do that again."
Drumming is good exercise, by the way. When I first started to get involved with Parkinson's two odd years ago, one of the first things I did was I attended a drumming class in Ireland, of all places. They allowed me to sit on one of their classes, and you have
Yeah.
one of those big um, exercise balls, and you put
Oh,
that in front of you. You hold it with your knees, and you've
yeah,
got wooden spoons or drumsticks, whatever it might be, and
yeah.
it was awesome. I had a
I
sore arm the next day.
see that. So that's what probably
Yeah,
with
yeah.
these drums. That's probably what is this now, Brian? That is proof that Bryce is throwing you under the bus way too much. Oh,
The
poor Brian.
thumbnail. I've got tread marks all over me.
Oh, Brian.
Good thing,
Yes. Oh, I get it. Okay, that's a good
good
one,
thing they don't
CJ.
allow spikes anymore.
I got. Oh, look at this, and look at you guys. That's thanks for the support. Well, there's the other thing too, Brian. I have PTSD over those big exercise balls because that's the one on the physiotherapist made me stand on one foot or one leg on
Oh
that,
gosh.
and I ended up on top of her on the floor because we just couldn't do it. So, and here's Clive says pulled a muscle in my back with dyskinesia. Like
So
holy
you're gonna hurt
mackerel.
anyways. You might as well hurt and be healthy.
Look
That's where I'm going.
and Cynthia's like, I don't even want to ask Carmen. And Don busted.
Don just nets it out. Yeah, you're busted.
Oh my God. And here's Margaret. Margaret says, hooray for productive pain. Hearing you, Brian. DDD plus replaced knees and waiting for hip replacement and PD. Yep, it all hurts. But I just got my walking pole, so I'm going walking, continuing. Margaret's my hero, by the way. Margaret's one of my heroes. So,
Well, we're going on a riverboat cruise in June, and I just got fitted for a a walker wheelchair kind of thing, but it folds up and I can take it with me. Now, I don't need that for day to day, but if I'm going on the riverboat cruise for a week and there's excursions every morning, I want to be a part of that. Plus, I'm going with my 71-year-old sister and brother-in-law, and between the three of us,
Wow.
Lori's going to have some work pushing people around.
Lori's gonna be. She,
She's going to be in the
she,
best shape of her life.
you ever see those mothers that have like triplets or something, and they have the long chain, and they're all hooked together, and they're all. And they're,
It's the Mr. Christie cookie
I
commercial.
can see Lori. I can see Lori trying. Okay, hold on, Brian. I'm stuck. I'm stuck on the wall. Hold on. Lori's gonna be so exhausted after that trip. She's gonna have to. She's gonna need a vacation.
She'll have her pickleball paddle. She go, I can see Brian and I can see Michael. The old romper room.
Oh, I love it. That is so funny. Oh my gosh. What is this now? Here's Margaret with Tai Chi. My recreational therapist has talked me into water walking starting next week. Wow, Margaret's gonna walk
Do you
on
get good
water.
enough? Do you get good enough you can walk on the water? Because I'd sign up for that.
Dude, you know what? I'd love to walk on water.
Well, you
Wouldn't that
can
be
with water
dramatically
skis.
cool? Well, I guess you could. All right. Or I could get you with a
I love
goggles
water
and the
skiing.
little thing, and you could do like the snorkel, and
That's
you could
Lori.
float. You could float, and I'll stand on your back, so it looks like I'm walking on water, and we'll do a whole thing. I'll like walk down.
Of course you will.
Oh my God, and Melissa, was that Melissa? Melissa, do you ride outdoors too? Melissa, are you crazy? Me riding a bike outdoors would be scary. No, I'm just
Would
teasing.
mess his
No,
hair.
I know.
He's not wearing a helmet. He's not putting a helmet on.
I'm protecting the dew. I got to protect the dew. That's the whole thing. But no, I haven't ridden outside. Bike riding is new to me. It's something. Again, it was something I figured that where I live, we're 6 months in the snow where I can't go outside anyway, and I had to find something that
The other 6 months of mosquitoes and black flies.
Oh God, it's just why go outside, Brian? That's the whole thing.
You know what, Bryce? One last thing on what you're doing, which I think is great if I net it all out. But
Yeah.
if you need help with the VR, I can lend you Landon.
Ah, there you go. Is it? Yeah. This is.
Oh, he's the king of VR.
Oh,
Absolutely.
is he a VR guy?
Oh, are
No
the
kidding.
Maple Leafs blue and white? Like, yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well. Maple Leafs. We have trouble with that one, but maybe me and Landon could. Maybe the next time Landon comes on, we could wait. We could do it like in virtual world. Be like we'll showing the stats up, and we
That
could,
would be cool.
Would that be hilarious if you could see that? We could actually cast it. We could actually try to do that. I just find it funny when my kids were like, so I'm getting all this techie stuff, right? Like I just love techie stuff just for fun. Like it's like a pastime hobby thing that I love to do, and it was so funny because my kids were kind of going like, "Holy smokes, Dad! Like you're getting right into like this new tech stuff," and I'm like, "I'm just trying to keep up. Like who knows where we're going to be in 5 years or 10 years? I mean,
Yep.
we could be doing a live podcast and we almost like we're sitting in someone's living room, like."
Absolutely.
I think that's kind of cool. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Melissa says, "Do you have tremors? Do you have tremors? Do you?
I don't.
I'm not sure. Brian does, and I do. I'm more prone to it." And someone else asked in the comments if anybody was on the pump or the Beachband, and
Okay.
so guess what arrived for me this week, Brian?
You got your Beachband?
I got my band, man. I got my
Beautiful.
new band. So I'm thinking, Brian, that because it just arrived, I'm
Yep.
thinking that I might do like a little thing on it where I'm just gonna, you know,
Love it.
do little updates on it. Like here's where I'm at.
Yep.
Here's what happened.
I think that would be
Right
very
from the
valuable.
beginning. Right
Very
from the beginning.
valuable.
So
Yeah.
so I'll see. I don't know what my goals are. I don't know if I want it for. I'm kind of going into it open-minded, but also closed-minded. In other words, like I'm not trying to imagine in my brain what I want it to do, because
Right.
I'm either gonna just like I think I'll be. I just want it to. I just want to see what it does. I don't want to tell it what to do. Like I don't want to say like, well, I hope it takes my tremors away. It's like whatever it's supposed to do, it'll do.
I put mine on,
Yeah.
and I didn't ask for nothing. I didn't talk
Yeah.
to it.
Just
I didn't try to make it positive.
you
or
didn't rub it
negative.
like a genie. You didn't rub it like a genie. Like
I
okay,
put it on and I said, I just hope this
That's what
does
I
something
want.
for me. That's all I said. I just hope this does something. And right away, I
Anything.
lost my freezing. It's all good.
Yeah, so yeah, it's taking care of your freezing. So to answer that question about the beach band earlier too, so yeah, it's just taking away Brian's his freezing, which is amazing, which is
Yep.
wonderful. And Margaret's like, give it. Yes, I'd love to walk on water. Very hippie thing to do. Absolutely, Margaret. It is an absolutely hippie thing. It's it's absolutely.
That's groovy.
Um, and then she's like, you know what? Try a surf suit. Oh, surf suit. Look at that.
Ooh.
Unbelievable. And
Yeah,
here's
because you
Deborah.
can
Deborah
float.
says, put it on and
Sorry.
forget it. That's what Carl Beach suggested.
Yep.
100% agree, Deborah. Put it on and forget it. And
Yep.
I think that it's it was Melissa. It was Melissa. I knew so Melissa. I didn't want to quite say it out loud because I had your name up there, but couldn't remember. But yes, so you asked about the beach band, Melissa. We did a whole thing with Carl Beach on our show a few weeks ago.
Two
You
weeks
can
ago. Yeah.
go back and look at it on both podcasts. We had Carl Beach actually on, and we talked all about the beach band, and a lot of the people, a lot of the members of the channel, the inner circle, are trying out the beach band.
Yeah.
And inside the inner circle, there's even a beach band channel, a beach band group that are
Yep.
kind of sharing their wins. And Clivey just got his today too. So everybody's giving it a whirl,
Nice life.
and I think that is set it on and forget it.
Yep.
And I'm not going to share because I'll maybe do like a little
Yeah, you know,
video on it.
I like that idea. That's a great idea,
Yeah,
Bryce.
I mean, just sort of like it's a real honest. I mean, I'm going to be honest right from the very beginning. And I
Of
told
course.
people from the very beginning, even with those interviews with Carl, like we weren't endorsing it, right? I mean, but
Right.
it's hard because you are, it's working for you. So it's hard not to like, hey, holy smokes, this thing's working great. But I mean, it was just a forum to say, what's it doing? What's it doing for people out
Yep.
there? And, giving that option for people to try. And my whole thing is, and I had so many people in the comments say, I don't know, should I, shouldn't I? I'm not sure. And the reality is, you know what? If you want to like, so mine, I think all in delivered Canadian, all that kind of stuff was like 149 bucks or something. And you know what? It's it. Why not? Why not try anything, right?
Why?
Who cares?
I think I'm worth $150 investment. That's the way I look at it.
And why not try it though? You know what? But my whole thing is, so
Yep.
this is what I try to do though, and I think maybe this is some advice I'll pass out there right now is that we got to be really careful not to compare. Number one, right? Because it's like
Yep.
because if you start comparing, you're gonna have trouble because if you start comparing, you'll be like, well, Brian's freezing. Like I could be looking at this right now. Well, Brian stopped his freezing, so what's going to stop for me? And if I
Right.
get a week in or a couple days in and it's not doing anything, I'm going to be disappointed. Where yet, I think that you set your expectations right, and my expectations are this: that I am so happy for the people that's working for it. Because he said what 78%.
Yep.
So 78% of the people that they get back, it's working well, and I'm so excited for them, and happy for them. And at the same point in time, I don't want to get my hopes up too high because if it doesn't work for me, if it's not the thing for me, right, then I don't want it to crush me. Right? It's
Right.
just
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
something I tried, right? Something no
Yep.
different than Carmen said too. She says no different than the magnesium spray you spray on your feet.
Exactly.
Why the heck would I? I mean, I would never do that in a million. Like, but I tried it for $8, and I tried it, and it actually
Yep.
works for me. And it may not work for you, but it works for me, and so I'm on it,
Exactly.
man. You know what I mean?
Yep. Doesn't
So
make it right or wrong. Just what works for you. It's all good.
exactly, and here's a really good point too. It's cheaper than DBS. Cheaper, absolutely, and quicker and faster and less intrusive.
I
Let's
was
be
going to
honest.
say, yeah, exactly.
Let's be honest. And I think to that, to what I was just saying there earlier, Brian, when we were talking about before about calculating the costs, right? And really thinking about what's happening. One of the things that snuck up with me early on, and I will say this too, one of the things that stuck up with me early on was the grief. Because what would happen was I'd all of a sudden start calculating what this is going to cost me.
Right.
And then I'd get upset with my going, well, that's not fair. Like I used to be able to do this no problem. I was
Yeah. Yeah.
comparing my new self to my old self, and I was actually filled with grief because I was like,
Right.
it wasn't like a big dramatic grief, but it
I
was
get it.
there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
it's crazy. It takes you sideways. But to your point, I will say this. I'm going to I'll give you a quick little tip on that exercise thing. At least what works for me is that you're eager to go. You want to let her rip, right? You're determined. You're gonna. This is the year. I know I should exercise. I'm gonna exercise. I'm gonna do whatever it takes, right? Start slow. Like don't overwhelm yourself. Don't say I'm gonna.
Yep.
I'm running 10 miles today. Just walk around the block. Do something. Just move. Really. Get that's my little advice. Start little
Yeah.
and just build on it each time. Just a little bit
I'm, a-
more, maybe a little bit
I'm,
more.
I'm actually going to be doing more stretching than running type activities, to be honest with you.
I love it.
I am tighter than a drum right now.
Yeah.
So I've gone back and looked at my previous physio appointments, and
Yeah.
I've taken some information from that. I've taken information from my tennis club because we did stretches for tennis, and I
Yeah.
pulled from different resources where I built my own curriculum, and it's got woven in there is some light weights or this time of year, I'll just do step ups I'll go to the basement stairs. I'll go down to the bottom floor and I'll do step ups. It might be 15 seconds the first time. I don't think it's going to be much, but I'm going to get it to where I can do it for 5 minutes or more. Just
Wow. Yeah,
I'm just going to do baby
exactly.
steps.
Exactly. And that's what I was, I'm thinking a lot about that. And I was doing this whole thing on exercise but it was funny because I started calling it movement. I stopped calling it exercise, started calling it movement
Exactly.
because it's all about moving, right? And again, if it's just about getting moving and like you
Right.
said, a stretch is a stretch is a stretch is a stretch. And that stretch is better than just not stretch doing anything. And you could do that sitting down. You could do that in your big lazy boy recliner, Brian, in front of the fire. You could be
Some of them I
stretching
can. Some of them I
stretching your
can.
shoulders,
Absolutely. Yeah.
doing your thing, right? Doing your thing.
100%.
Look at this. Look at this. Is that Joan? Is that Joan? Joan. I was
Joan.
diagnosed with Parkinson's at age of 31, and I am now 63. I think Joan is the
Wow.
champion. Wow, Joan, that's amazing. Joan is not a newbie.
I'd like to read your book.
Wow, that's 30 years, man.
That's a lot of experience.
Good for you. You're a warrior, Joan, and that's something that
Yeah.
I look up to. That everybody should take. When you see stuff like that, that's where you get take that Joan's been like she's hammering through it and getting it done, and I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. So that is fantastic. That is fantastic. Hey, Brian, there's a question here for you because you're the expert. Rick in
Yes.
Winnipeg says, "Hey, Brian, when is the Beach Band coming out with the new waterproof version? I see he introduced a new one for the first of the year, but he didn't indicate the thing that about that they had improved."
I haven't heard anything concrete on that yet, Rick, to be honest with you. I have my eyes open for it too, because like the new one that just came out, it has the charging lights on it from red to green. I use it all the time, but I don't have it on my older style one. So I hear you.
Oh, so
They're about
the old ones didn't have the green and the red on it.
no. You basically timed it for 45 minutes.
So that's a new improvement of this new one.
Exactly right. So
Okay, gotcha, gotcha.
I tell you that to leave you with Carl's pretty good with his word. Their 100 day no quibble policy, I leveraged it. The new one that I just bought actually stopped working, and within a moment's time, they took care of me, put me at ease, and the wheels were in motion. And I
Well,
had it
and
like less than
it's
a week
amazing you
later.
just said that. If we look at this one, here's Lisa. Lisa said, "My beach band stopped working." So, Brian, what happened? Tell us the story.
Support at beachband.com. They're phenomenal.
You sent an email, just said, "Hey, I bought this here on this
I
date,
sent
and it
it on
just
a
stopped."
Friday, which is close to 5 o'clock our time, which is
Yeah.
10 o'clock at night over there. I got it was auto generated, but a very succinct auto generated email that put me at ease for the weekend. And they said it'll take them 2 or 3 business days before they'll get back with me because they're so busy. And by Monday at noon, they got a hold of me, and we rolled out the exchange.
Wow.
Yeah, so we basically did a cross
Wow.
ship. They trusted me. Actually, they didn't even ask for the old one back. So I
Yeah, but
purchased.
Brian, but hold on now. Don't give them false hope. You remember who you are. You're Brian, you're Brian, the
Well,
expert. Like you're a celebrity.
and
So
well,
not everybody
and
might get that
Carl and
same.
I did tie it shaky fakey. Truth be told, and we both like Norwegian wood.
Oh yeah, we figured we figured that one out quick. You were that bonding moment there. Oh my God, that's fantastic. So Lisa's on it. She's all over it. And I was surprised. You know what, Brian?
Perfect.
What blew me away is how fast I got this thing. Like from the UK to Canada.
Yes. Yep.
Holy mackerel. It was crazy.
Now the packaging needs a lot to be desired, but they're not about pretty boxes. Again, they're trying to make this as consumer friendly, budget friendly as possible, so
Yeah.
that the majority of the money they save or earn on a transaction goes back out to finding ways to make it waterproof, and so on
Yeah,
and so forth.
exactly. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think the other thing too is, and so again, it's just another tool. I look at it at this, like this. Same as what I said on the video about the DBS. It's not a miracle cure.
Right.
I'm just saying, I'm just saying, but it's just another tool in the toolbox that we can give it a shot and see if it works for us. And if it takes off everything away, amazing. If it takes
Yeah.
something away, great. If it
Amazing.
does
Yeah.
whatever it does, right? It's just another tool. And I think that's where, someone like Joe, like was it Joan? Was it Joan with 31 years? And
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
when we get in here, like we don't need pep talks anymore. Like there's pep talks are out the window. It's not about motivation.
yeah.
But I think that's where we lean into people that are kind of walk the path before us and say, okay, if Joan can do it, I can do it, right? If Joan can do it, I can do it. Look at this. So look at this one here. This is so Ed says, I got two BBs since
30th of
I
December.
thought you got two Bryce and Brian's.
It
Nah, it
is named after
works.
us.
It works. Yesterday it was just great. Today it helped in walking, but in the
Nice.
late afternoon the effect vanished. I have to get used to that. That effect is not
A constant.
a constant. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, there you go. And that's the thing.
You know what, Bryce, going back to your point, we're in the time business. We're looking for
Yeah.
ways to buy time. We're
Yeah.
trying to buy time, and I want more healthy time, right? Than unhealthy time.
100%.
That's what gets me up and motivates me every day. I need more time.
Yeah.
So
I mean, and that's what we have to negotiate.
Time. Yep, exactly.
We shopping time, and that's why the time that we do have, we have to make the most of the time that we have, right? The most of the time we have, and that's why I always say too, when I'm looking at something, I can like if I had like if I'm like, hey, I could go shovel the walk,
Yep.
right, which is going to cost me more time tomorrow or more time later,
Yep.
or I can go and walk around the mall with Carmen and get exercise and spend time with her and everything. I mean, I want to be able. I want the energy where I need the energy. Does that make sense? So I want to do things I like to do.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to waste it somewhere when you had something else that needed to be done that was more important.
Absolutely. Or
Right.
miss something the next day
Right.
because I
Yeah, yeah.
tried to push through the day before. I wanted to be a superhero.
Yep.
And I know people that live in snowy areas that were actually having people over for Christmas. I guarantee this happened. I guarantee it happened. That they're like they wanted to get out there and shovel that walk and make sure it was all prepared for everybody to come over, and they
Yep.
pushed themselves to do it. And then by the time the people came, they were whapped out. Right? They were whapped out. And so I think that's where we got to be super careful. And the other thing too is, Brian, we have to remember this is that Parkinson's doesn't let up. Right? Like I mean.
Yeah.
It's a constant. It's coming at you constantly. It's going to keep coming at you constantly. And the thing is, we have to be so careful to protect ourselves from not isolating because it becomes super tempting.
100%.
Like that
It
tempting.
makes,
That isolation is the worst.
yeah, it's so you got to balance isolation versus a timeout, right? Because it's two different things.
100%. Yeah. Like explain that. What do you mean? Like what? Like what's the difference? You tell me the difference in your mind.
Well, if I'm negotiating with myself for a timeout,
Yeah.
versus what was the word you were using?
Um, Isolating.
Isolating. Thank you. So
Yeah.
a timeout versus, to me, isolation sounds like quarantine, which means you put in the toilet box and
No, well,
they'll stay there for 10 minutes.
that's true.
You're
That's kind of what
taking a
people do,
break.
though. They won't come out of their house.
Am I taking a break for 3 sips of coffee? Am I taking a break for a half an hour for lunch?
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So you got to be sensitive to that, and then whatever you're doing, you got to be able to bring it back in and execute against it,
You're
and
100% right.
use it
You
to your
do.
advantage, right?
Isolation to me is one of the biggest, most deceiving things that we have to deal with. Right. And because and people do it for so many reasons. Like in other words, I don't want to go out and be embarrassed. I don't want to go out and do
Yeah.
something wrong. I don't want to go out and miss this opportunity. And I think that's one of those one of the bigger things that we have to fight because it's so simple. And then what it's like a reciprocal cycle, right? Because all of a sudden then you'll start to isolate, then you hear someone like us talk about isolating, and then you're like then you feel bad about like you beat yourself up so much so that you can't help but isolate again. So it's like and you're right when you said isolation sounds like quarantine because
Quarantine.
really that's what it is, right? It's like you're avoiding things, you're trying to
Yep.
be by yourself. You don't want to
You're in a
you don't want to
box,
step out. Yeah, I'm
right?
not stepping out.
Yeah.
I'm not taking a chance. I don't want to embarrass myself. I don't want to, I don't want to go. It's awful. It's an
And
awful thing.
yeah, and sometimes you don't have the ability of negotiation. I'll give you an example. Over the holidays, we had a sump pump go here at the house. So
Yeah.
my son-in-law Ryan, very good with his hands, figured it out. But we had a pipe break in a spot where the sump pump the water was coming up, and there was nothing to stop it except for physicality. So Ryan had to go to the plumbing store to get the piece that we needed because he knew what that was about. So his level of expertise went and did the road run, which was great.
Yeah,
we had Landon and Megan, my daughter, and myself. So I have an 11-year-old, a female, and a broken down 65-year-old. So I just was watching how fast the water was.
How old was
65.
that?
65.
Yeah, 65.
So I was watching how fast the water was coming based on how fast we could get. So what we did was we took 2 shop vacs and we used those to suck the water up. Well, mine held 10 gallons and Megan and Ryan's held 5 gallons. We didn't fill them to the top. We were probably carrying on average 50 pounds of water up each time. Wow. Now, I still have heart disease. I still have Parkinson's. I had no time to negotiate any of that shenanigans.
Yeah.
Then we got a flavor for how we were doing, we could back off. So we weren't taking 5 gallons in the 10 gallon. We were taking 2 gallons because my back was shot.
I can't even imagine.
And Meg's in pretty good shape. It was hurting her. So we just, at that point, we started to rotate. So you were doing every third one instead of every other one.
Yeah.
And it helped.
And the old dude with Parkinson's was keeping up.
Yeah, at that time. I don't like being put in those situations, but you got to get her. Sometimes you just got to get her done.
It's, you
can't negotiate, right? That's life. That's life.
It really is. It really is. And you can't, that's the thing. We calculate the costs. And again, there's sometimes that you have to do the things you have to do, like you said, right? So you know what? I know it's going to hurt after. I know it's going to suck. I know it, but so what? I have to get this done. So, but I think the hard part is when people get to that point, when they start getting kind of down about it, they start comparing themselves to they were the year before, the way they were the year before, the way they were 10 years ago. Because again, it's hard not to compare, right? That, hey, I used to be able to carry 2 of those buckets up the stairs, no problem. And I can, on 1 foot, and you can always do it. So you compare yourself to what you used to be, and then you get depressed about it because it puts you down. And now it's like a double whammo, it's a double whammo. So I think we have to come to a place where we're comfortable in our own skin that this is what I can do now, right? This is what I can do. And again, not now forever, like right now, like this year, this is what I'm good with this year, knowing that it's going to change again. And I think that if we get our heads out of the sand, right. And we realize that things are going to change slowly. But again, back to your other point about exercise, Brian, this stuff can slow down the progression. Why are we not doing stuff that can slow down? Why do we struggle? If everybody's telling us that this could slow down the progression, and we're fighting this progression, and we're fighting for time, why do we struggle to do what should be the easiest thing to do?
Exactly. If I look at heart disease as an example to compare to what you just said, in heart disease in Canada, they say that for 50% of the people, 50% of the people that are first diagnosed with heart disease, their first symptom is death.
Oh, God.
So we've already jumped over that one. Man. With Parkinson's, right?
Yeah.
And here I am. I've got it. I know it. I was a spokesperson for 10 years, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah.
Wake up, Brian. For Christ's sakes, do some. I call it stretching. I'm just doing stretching. It'll have other stuff built into it, but I'm calling it stretching.
Yeah.
I'm hiding it there. And going
don't overwhelm yourself. Don't overwhelm your mind, right?
Well, exactly. Keep it simple. And going back to what you were just saying about, we have to come to peace with what we can't do anymore. And to me, I say we have to accept it and then adapt. Right. So here's an example. We move into this new place, 3 acres. There's like 20 dead trees. I used to do some tree work for my dad when I was in my teens or whatever. So I have an idea of what to do or whatever. But I'm not sure a guy with Parkinson's should be managing or handling a chainsaw. Probably not a good idea. So I did a couple of snips with the new one just to say that I've earned that hat. Yeah. But Ryan does the majority of the chainsaw work. And then I saw a chainsaw on a marketplace site last week, I think it was, brand new in the box, 10-inch battery operated chainsaw, great for branches and twigs. So I'm doing that job anyways, but by hand. So
Oh
now I'm going
yeah.
to have a 10-inch electric chainsaw, battery powered,
Yeah.
that I can be the guy that skins the trees, so to speak.
Oh, yes, you change. Well, so and here's
So,
CJ said, d do you not have to compare at some point to see your progression? 100%. I mean, you'll see. CJ, I guess what I'm, my what I was my thought on that is that for sure you know where you've come, you know what you can do, what you can't do, and you say, okay, yes, it is progressing or this changed. But I think it's again, it's maybe accepting that and being okay with that to say, okay, it
exactly.
changed, and now I have to adapt, and now I'm going to do it this way. Right now, I'm going to be the other part of the tree guy. I'm not going to be that. I'll do because it's instead of CJ, instead of saying like, "Oh my God, why aren't I as strong as I was last? Like this sucks." Right?
It's like
And then
Eeyore.
start building up and just yeah, just getting down on
Oh,
yourself,
bother.
feeling guilty. It's what did I do wrong? Maybe I should
Yeah.
have. Because then what happens is, Brian, your brain goes tail spinning. Oh, see, if I would have exercised, maybe this wouldn't have happened. Right? You start beating yourself up. You start blaming
Yeah.
yourself, and then all hell breaks loose. It's crazy. But I like this. There's a comment here from our favorite hippie. And she said, and that's when you need to buy some DLT t-shirts so you can break the isolation and have fun doing it. So Margaret goes into the DLT shop and she buys some of the funny stuff that we have in there, or not even funny, but just stuff so that people ask her, "What does that mean? What's your shirt all about?" And
Mm.
she says, and the one I'm wearing today is I'm wearing insomnia with a side of leg twitch. Thanks, Parkinson's. That's what that shirt says.
I love it.
That's just me. That's I love it, love it, love it. It's so it's so funny. But I think Brian, I think to that end, like you said, sometimes you adapt,
Yep.
sometimes you stop, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
sometimes you can just keep going on the same way. Now, I know there's one thing for you personally that you don't have to worry about stopping.
Is it time for
I know there's something that you start to do, and I think it sounds like this.
Oh, gather round, folks. It's time to choose your favorite segment, the Shaky News. I'm Brian Campkin, the genius here, the smartest man this side of next year. I'm the expert, the shaker, the news segment maker. I'm the resident brain of this whole operation. If Bryce needs help, he comes to me. I give him brilliance, absolutely free. I've got degrees you've never seen from made-up schools and magazines, a PhD in knowing things, a master's in whatever life brings. Oh, bow your heads, respect the crown, the smartest shaker in the town. I'm wise, I'm bold, I never lose. Welcome to Brian's Shaking News.
that? Never gets old for me. I hope you guys enjoy that opening. I know I do. Here to give you the news update. If you were on our call last week on our podcast, you would have been entertained by the top 10 news stories from 2025. I did make an offer when I presented that if anybody wanted a deeper dive on one of those or any of those 10 topics, I'd be happy to do so. And a couple did come through. So I'm going to today go through in a deeper dive on medication of man versus woman. And then next week, the other topic that was requested was a deeper dive on the golf course uh, um, effect with Parkinson's, and I'll go into a deeper dive on that. So today, focusing on sometimes why does the levodopa wear off faster for women? So as you may all know, levodopa is one of the main medicines used to help with movement problems in Parkinson's. It helps with things like shaking and stiffness and moving more smoothly. For many people, it can feel like a real game changer. But here's the thing. Over time, levodopa doesn't always work the same way it used to. And interestingly, it may work differently for women than it does for men. Let's break this down into simple terms and provide you that update. So, what's happening in Parkinson's? Parkinson's is a disease that slowly affects the brain. We all know that. Certain brain cells stop working and die over time, and these cells normally make dopamine, which is a chemical that helps control movement. When dopamine levels drop, movement gets harder. People may notice shaking, stiff muscles, slower movement, or trouble with balance. That's where the levodopa comes in. And it's been the gold standard for treating Parkinson's since 1967. So how does levodopa help? Levodopa is a medicine your body turns into dopamine. So in a way, it helps refill what the brain is missing. For many people, levodopa helps them move better and feel more like themselves again. For some, the medicine doesn't last as long between doses. This is called wearing off. That means the medicine starts to fade before it's time for the next dose, and symptoms like shaking or stiffness can sneak back in. So they did some research, and men and women did not have the same experiences. Parkinson doesn't affect everyone the same way, male to male, female to male, etc. But men are about 1.5 times more likely to get Parkinson's than women. But women are often diagnosed later in life and may have different symptoms. Scientists think hormones, genetics, and body chemistry might play a role, but they're still trying to figure that out. So researchers asked an important question. Does levodopa wear off differently in men than women? Here's the study. A recent study followed 216 people, 216, with Parkinson's for 2 years. 139 were men and 77 were women. All of them were taking levodopa for the very first time. After 2 years, here's what they found. Almost 65% of women had times when their levodopa wore off before the next dose. For men, that number was lower at about 53%, so a 12% difference. So for many women, the medicine didn't feel as steady or reliable over time. And there was another difference too. Some people developed dyskinesia, which means extra uncontrolled movements caused by medication. About 14% of women developed dyskinesia, compared to only 5% for men. That's a noticeable difference. So what does this mean? Well, the study found that being female was the strongest factor linked to levodopa wearing off and to dyskinesia after 2 years. In simple terms, women on average may have a harder time with levodopa over time. This doesn't mean levodopa doesn't help. It absolutely does for many people. And both men and women can have off times as Parkinson's changes. But it does tell us something important. For a long time, women have been underrepresented in Parkinson's research. This study adds to growing evidence that Parkinson's and Parkinson's medications don't work exactly the same for everyone. Knowing this can help doctors create a more personal treatment plan instead of a one-size-fits-all approach. If you're having trouble with your medication, whether it's wearing off, causing side effects, or just not feeling right, it's worth talking with your doctor. Adjustments can often be made. In closing, science is still learning our bodies and still teaching, and Parkinson's keeps us on our toes, or at least tries to. We'll keep moving forward together, one step, one study, and one conversation at a time. Bryce, back to you, my friend.
Get ready for the only game show where the stakes are low, but the side eyes are high. It's time for Shaky or Fakey, the game where one fact is true, one is totally made up, and Bryce and Brian pretend they studied. Will they nail the neuroscience or flunk the funk? Play along in the comments and see if you can beat the bros. Let the Shaky showdown begin.
Well. Look at this. Right into Shaky Fakey. It's Shaky Fakey time, Brian.
I
That
love
was
it.
awesome, Brian. Thank you for that. And
Yeah.
Shaky Fakey, we are going to get into this, and we're ready for everybody to play along with us. We kind of missed a little bit of that last week, and I missed it. I was like, we
Same.
kind of were highlighting some of the stuff, and I totally missed it. But anyway, that was amazing. Thank you for that, Brian. And even Aunt Sally is in there. Thank you. I did not know that about men and women. So
Cool.
lots to come. And are you going to talk next week? Are you going to update us on the golfing?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have that
Did you
one
say that?
prepared. Yeah, I did.
That's awesome. I love that one too. Okay, well, listen, it's Shaky Fakey time. So in the comments, play along with us. Whether you're in the live right now, play with us today. And if you're not, then play along with us as we go. But anyway, you're going to put down your one and a Shaky Fakey, and Shaky's true and Fakey's false, and then we're going to get right into this, Brian. So I hope you're feeling lucky. This is the
have some
first
fun.
Shaky Fakey, the
Woo.
first Shaky Fakey of 2026. Can you believe
Nice. I can't.
that? Man, me neither. Okay, well, here we go. If everybody's ready, let's rock and roll. This is question number 1. The average person with Parkinson's will see at least 4 different neurologists over the course of their disease. Is that Shaky, or is that fakey? The average person with Parkinson's will see at least 4 different neurologists over the course of their disease. Shaky or fakey? Let's hear it. Let's
That's
hear
an
it. Let's hear
interesting
it.
question because it can be. It's everybody's different. Like I've had one neurologist for 8 years.
Yeah.
Right. I know some people that they are in their 6 month of diagnose time and they've had
Mhm.
3 already. So I'm
I know.
going to go shaky because I just whether 4 is right, I know it's more than one, but I'm going to go yes to 4.
Okay. Fine. Fine. I'm probably gonna have 2 or 3 because I'm 15 years in with 1, and
Wow.
he's ready to retire, right? But so I
Well,
feel
that's
lucky
it
in that.
too. Yeah.
But you are absolutely correct. That is shaky. A lot of people in the comments for shaky as well. Between
Nice.
moves, second opinions, progression, and
Yeah.
specialist changes,
Yeah.
the number is surprisingly accurate. So that is really interesting to me. I thought that kind of blew me away. I thought that was a lot. Like I thought that was a big number, but we shall see, Brian. We shall see. So you're 1 for 1. That's a great start.
Yeah, I found when I started attending the support groups, that's where I got a lot of these stories. Was just over a coffee.
Mm.
That's why I was pretty confident in what I was saying. Um,
Yeah, you were confident. You strode into that like
got it
you weren't going to take no for an answer.
exactly.
That's awesome. Okay, all right. Well, let's go to question number 2.
Yes.
If we're ready to roll, question number 2. Look at that. It's a lot of 1 for 1s. That was a big one, Brian. Everybody's tied
Woo-hoo.
up with you. Question number 2. Over 60% of people with Parkinson's experience REM sleep behavior disorder. Over 60% of people with Parkinson's experience REM sleep behavior disorder. What do you figure, Brian? This is now, obviously, we know a lot of people deal with it, but I think the big question is look at this. Sorry, let me back up. Look at Iris, 7 neurologists. Ah, my gosh.
Wow.
All right, here they
Um,
go. Or in the comments. Here we
I'm
go.
going shaky.
Why?
I don't know if 60% is right.
Yeah,
Um,
feel good.
but the REM is pretty popular. It's probably more popular than we think. I know I suffer from it. Had a couple of doozies last night. Um,
Whoa.
I'm going shaky.
Well, Iris went fakey.
Sorry, Iris.
CJ went shaky.
Way to go, CJ.
Melissa, who's new here, is already like she shakes. I'm shakes. I'm in there. I'm with the shakes. And
Shakes and ladders.
Shakes and ladders. And Melissa, you are right. 100%. Brian, you're right as well.
Woo.
So, oh my God, it's one of the, and RBD is actually one of the strongest early predictors of Parkinson's. I thought that was crazy. It's one of the strongest early predictors of Parkinson's.
For me, I think of it as going to the movies for free because I'm highly entertained.
I don't know.
And I guest star in every feature.
I kind of looked at, what I kind of said to Parkinson's. I said to Parkinson's like this: if you're going to mess with my sleep,
Yeah.
right?
Shit.
Then in that time that you're messing with sleep, I'm going to come up with the greatest ideas. Right.
Yes.
That's when I usually write a lot of my songs and stuff like that. But my biggest songs, the greatest ideas, I like have all the videos, even those videos that we,
Up the
that we
show
show.
for it.
Those
Yeah,
are like
yeah.
3 o'clock. Those are 3 o'clock in the morning videos. Like I'm
love
just like,
it.
if I'm up anyway, I'm going to use whatever I got to get her done.
Love
And
it.
so that was amazing. So, all right. Well, Margaret's in there for 2 for 2. Brian, you're 2 for 2.
I are.
I think that we actually have. All right. Well, anyway, I had a couple other ones here. I'm gonna skip ahead here to a couple other ones because
You're in charge.
obviously with 2 for 2, we're
You're
just
looking
too
for a
easy, right?
curveball.
I'm looking. I mean, it's just too easy. All right, here we go. This one should hopefully be a little bit harder for you all.
All right.
I am going to say this. Okay, so here it is. Shaky or fakey. Ready?
Yep.
Question number 3. Researchers have successfully reversed Parkinson's in monkeys using CRISPR gene editing. So it's CRISPR gene editing. So researchers have successfully reversed Parkinson's in monkeys using CRISPR gene editing. Is that shaky or is that fakey?
I think I have this coming up on a future news.
You do. It's coming up. Talking about the monks.
I don't remember. Say it one more time.
All right. Researchers have successfully reversed Parkinson's in monkeys using the CRISPR gene editing. CRISPR gene editing.
I'm gonna go fakey.
Are you 60-40 on that one?
Yeah, I'm gonna go fakey.
And most of the people in the comments are fakey, except for my hippie queen. She went shaky. And me and Margaret will take a back seat on this one. It is absolutely fake. That's false. So CRISPR research, or I don't know if I'm saying this right, Brian, but it's CRISPR, right? CRISPR research exists, but no full reversals in primates or humans as of yet.
That's what I would have said, because I did read an article on this. But that's what
it's a true story. Like they're doing it, right?
Yeah. So when you said it and it finally absorbed into my thick brain, and when it said and then it's reversed at 100%, that was a red flag for me. If it had said it's showing signs towards, then I would have leaned in the other way for sure.
Okay. Well, that was question 3.
It was a good question. That was a good question.
That was a good question. It was a good question.
It's leading edge, so that's cool.
It wasn't a great question. This one coming up though
is your best.
I think it's a great question.
Bring it.
All right, here we go. I really do. I think this is a great question.
I'll be the judge of that.
Okay, you will be the judge of that. Question number 4. You're 3 for 3, right?
Yes, sir.
Question number 4.
Yep.
Okay, you got to listen carefully now.
Yep.
Some patients in gut microbiome studies experienced measurable symptom improvement after fecal transplants. You want me to read that to you again?
Sure.
Okay. Some patients in gut. I'm trying my best. I'm trying to imagine this fecal transplant. Some patients in gut microbiome studies experience measurable symptom improvement after fecal transplants. Man, that's a lot. That's a lot. So we got some shakies, we got some fakies. It's all over the board in the comments. Brian, let's just talk about a fecal transplant for a second.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that.
I don't even know if I want to know how to do that. I don't even know if I want to study. I don't even want to Google it.
No, I'm gonna go fakey.
You're gonna go fakey on that one?
Yeah, I think they're full of crap.
Rick, last thing I need is fecal matter, and that was a good one, Brian. I'm full of crap. Well, so you went fakey, and Belinda's with you on this. So Margaret went the hipster went shaky, and Belinda went fakey, I hope. And Jane went fakey as well. Well, Jane and Belinda, you guys are in Brian. You guys are all on the same rowboat going down the river of crap when it was actually a shaky question.
Never even got a paddle.
Didn't even get a paddle. Thank God.
Up Fishes Creek without a paddle.
So that is a true story. That is actually true. Some patients in gut microbiome studies have experienced measurable symptom improvement after fecal transplants. You know what Jane had to say about that one? I do know how it's done, and it's gross.
Jane will take your word for it.
Jane, I don't even. Yes, we'll take your word for it, and we will definitely. All
right.
Whew. Okay.
I'm 3 for 4.
That leads us. You're 3 for 4. That was a good one. That was a tough one.
I just want to do a quick shout out. Is there any 4 for 4s out there?
We got 3 for 4s. Got a lot of 3 for 4s, and just to back me up, it's true. Just read about it. Look at that. Me and Lisa.
Yeah.
And look at Deborah. Yikes. Yeah. Woo. I don't know, Brian. I don't know. I don't know if that's one thing I would do. I'm not sure if I would do that. Just the thought of it is one of those things. Anyway,
not willingly.
We got a lot of 3 for 4s. I don't see any 4 for 4s coming. If you're a 4 for 4, put it in the comments because Brian has to know whether he's behind or not, but we will see. So this is question number 5.
Yep, bring it on.
And we're 3 for 4.
Yep.
And as we learned in the last episode, when we replayed the stuff, that doesn't mean that Bryce thinks it's question 8. So we're at question 5. And look at this.
Oh.
4 for 4.
Lola. Way to
4
go,
for.
Lola.
Well, Deborah is 54 for 4.
She's a bit
And
ahead of herself.
I think that means a 4. She's already saying like she was going to go 5 for 5, and then she's like 5. No, okay, 4 for 4.
She's on February's schedule.
She's saying it's coming. And CJ said fecal transplant equals sharing thoughts. Oh God. Okay, here we go. Question number 5. Let's see how this one comes out. AI. AI can detect Parkinson's years before diagnosis now by analyzing a person's voice.
I'm going shaky.
When you didn't even think about it.
I read the article. It's in the future. One of my.
You read what article, Brian? You read the article.
I read an article on this.
You did really?
Yep.
I thought I'd get you on that one for sure.
Nope. That's the quickest I've ever answered shaky. Yeah.
Holy mackerel!
This is a hard
yes.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely shaky. Yeah. So
yes.
Isn't that amazing though? Isn't that amazing? Like shaky. Like so. Let's think about that for 10
really
seconds.
a good article that I read. Actually, it's really good.
You know, AI can now detect Parkinson's years before diagnosis, analyzing a person's voice.
So it doesn't mean you don't get it, but they can start treating it a lot sooner. And what does that mean?
Wow.
Right?
Yeah,
So
you can start preparing, changing your lifestyle, getting things in order, making sure like that. To me, that's huge.
When you made me the publisher of the newspaper, I can't help but get smarter because I'm reading stuff every day. Every day.
Well, see, the homework's paying off.
Like in that top 10 that I did last week, we did 8 of those.
8 of those stories.
Stories. Thank you. Yeah. So I'm 4 for 5, which is like 90%.
Wow, that is wild.
Well,
that's great. Okay, well, maybe you read about this too then, but I haven't. We're going to do a bonus question. Yeah, we're going bonus question.
Bonus. I love
we're going to go with the bonus question because there is a lot of 4 for 4s and 5 for 5s out there. People are catching up here, but so let's just see if anybody can run the board here on this one because this one is interesting to me. But let's see what happens.
Okay, bring it on.
All right, this is the bonus question, and remember how this works. This is for all the marbles. Question number 6. Researchers have seen significant change in Parkinson's in mice using infrared laser helmets. Researchers have seen significant change in Parkinson's in mice using infrared laser helmets. Is that shaky or fake? This is question number 6. Is that shaky or is that fakey?
I don't know much about this one.
Shaky or a fakey? I'm giving you news stories though. You see that, right? Like, look at this. Like, you can make notes like, oh, news story. Shaky or fakey?
I gotta go fakey.
You're gonna go fakey?
Yep.
Are you really?
Yeah.
You couldn't see the mice with little tiny infrared helmets.
It had your name written all over it. Literally.
I couldn't resist. Can you imagine these mice with these little infrared helmets on? You know,
only in a Disney movie.
Think about how small those helmets. Like, that's so funny. It's not even small, little tiny.
How would you do the chin strap up? Like, come on.
That's small. Think about it. Think about a nice little helmet, like a little tiny helmet. Like that to me, I can see that in my head, and it just cracks me up. And so you're right. It was totally made up.
5 for 6.
I don't know how that would work. I don't know how they could. I would love to find the person that could actually do the helmet. Yeah. To me, that would be amazing. Absolutely amazing. Well, Brian.
Yes.
Don't say anything for a second.
Okay.
That's it for this round of Shaky or Fakey, where the facts are fuzzy and the fun is fully intentional. Think you can do better? Sign up to be a guest and take on Bryce or Brian in a future showdown. Just follow the link in the description, and you might be the next contestant on Shaky or Fakey. Cue the awkward outro music.
Well, congratulations, Brian. You took the you took it. You took it for that first one, and I'd love to know if anybody in the comment anybody went 6 for 6. That if you ran 6 for 6 on that one,
Good on
I
you.
mean, good on you. I mean, that is
Good on you.
a
Yep.
genius one. So, Brian, guess what? I am going on a vacation, first one in a long time.
Nice.
Yeah, I haven't done one forever, and
Nice.
so what that means for us is that we're gonna go live next Sunday, and I'm hoping to do it from Mexico.
But you can't hope. Hope's not a plan. You
No,
can't
it's
hope because if you don't
yeah, I
show
can't
up,
help.
I don't have a
That's
host.
true. Hey, listen, we learned last week that there's a lot of times you didn't show up when we did it anyway. But
I was
yes,
a pause.
100%. We will be here. I'm going to be coming live from Mexico. Brian from Cancun, I guess is where we're going, and Brian will
Oh,
be
nice.
in snowy
Belleville.
Belleville, Ontario, and I think it's going to be so much fun. And so, the Shaky Fakey might have a bit of a sun theme to it. I think sun thing, right? Um,
Absolutely.
Look at Margaret. 4 for 6. You really got me on that because scientists have made tiny tools for mice to use. Well,
Yeah, a little lunch pail.
little lunch pail, little lunch pail. Oh God, that's so funny. But before we wrap up this episode, I wanna say this clearly. Really, I really want to make sure that we say this right. But if Parkinson's hasn't let up for you, or if you're tired in a way that sleep doesn't fix, if you've had to reinvent yourself more than once, that doesn't mean that you're failing, right?
Yeah, it means you're still here. Like you're
Right,
totally.
exactly. You're still here, you're still adapting, you're still adjusting, you're still finding ways to live. And that matters. That really, really, really matters. So, you
Yeah.
know what? And if you're here, thank you so much. And thank you to our loyal viewers. We're going to have a great year, Brian. This year,
Oh yeah.
I believe, is going to be just the phenomenal, absolute blowout year. And I think the reason why I can say that so confidently, Brian, is the same way that you came on and had that attitude at the beginning that, you know, I'm going to slap myself in the ass and get moving.
100%.
Slap myself in the ass and get moving. And speaking of slapping yourself in the ass and get moving, boot camp is open. Boot camp. We've delayed it because I had to go to Mexico, but it's
Yep.
going to start on January the 19th. There is space available. You can, and I extended even all the payment stuff. You can put a $50 deposit on it. Come on the 19th and just pay it off. It's not that bad. And Rick said, look at Rick said, Bryce is taking a technology break for a few days in the sun. I will, I absolutely will. But boot. That's why I designed boot camp, right? Just to slow it down, to figure it out together, and to just to go further together, get accountable with people. Because to your point, Brian, like you said, I'm saying it out loud because the more people keep me accountable, the
Yep.
better I'll do. And that's why, things like Inner Circle and the boot camp are so important because you get
Yep.
surrounded by people that are going through the exact same things you are, and that you can, find one or two or hopefully a whole squadron of people that are going to do it with you and kind of go through it with you. So I'd encourage anybody, if there is space available, just come on, spend a couple of weeks with me and the group, and trust me, you will be better for it. And
I
so
highly recommend it. I did the first boot camp, the inaugural one, and
that's
had
right.
a great experience. I wanted to take it because I don't know everything. Yeah, I got 5 out of 6. I didn't get 6 out of 6. There's lots I don't know, and the more knowledge I can get against this disease, the more I can delay it. Right? It's through physical exercise. It's also through, managing yourself, managing things that are around you
Yes,
in a proven method, a proven path, if you like. If
knowledge
you
is
go this
power.
path, you're not going to go in the ditch. You might hit the gravel side of the road, but we'll get you back on the pavement.
Yeah,
No
and we
worries.
all do, right? And we all do, and it's not the end of the world. And
Yep.
it's not the end of the world. And look at even my favorite hippie from way back is going. She's in boot camp. She jumped in
Way to
there
go, Margaret.
yesterday, so
Nice.
yeah, it's coming good. And so anyway, that's just it. The links in the description below. Think about it. Just come on out. There's nothing to lose, but get better. But I'm gonna go, Brian. I'm gonna go. I gotta catch a plane. I'm getting out of here. Gonna fly out of here. But you enjoy your week. I'm gonna see you all
Yep.
live next Sunday. And I wish everybody, the best 2026, the best year of your life. I really hope it's gonna be amazing. And you too, Brian. And you know what, Brian?
What's that?
Till next time. Until next time, till we see it again. I think I think about this. I hope I just don't get sunburned, so I'll look awful on camera. But till next time, you keep showing up, you keep being real, and you keep your life in motion. Thanks, Brian. We'll see you next week. Thanks, everybody.
Keep laughing, everybody.
Bye now.
You did it. You made it through another episode of Life in Motion. That's 20 to 30 minutes you could have spent folding laundry, Googling your symptoms, or rearranging the 14 pill bottles on your nightstand. Instead, you hung out with Bryce and Brian. That's friendship. Or questionable time management. Either way, we're grateful. Be sure to follow the show, leave a review, or just yell, "I have Parkinson's and I'm fabulous," into your backyard. We'll hear you. Probably. New episodes drop regularly, unless we both forget. Until next time, keep laughing, keep shaking things up. And if you find our train of thought, please return it.